como cual, hoy intento como cualquiera, soy el cara.
Hey, who'd you talk to? What's going on? It's November 8th, 2023 on a Wednesday night. I am King Michael.
Sarah, Paranormal.
Mandy the Machine.
And wait, just about to make it in time. Cyn Shrader Hill, author. Thank you. And now for legit paranormal news. Cyn, you have the top story. Go ahead. Oh, wait, Cyn, but hold up. I wanted to go over something real quick. My bad. I usually interrupt Dave. I'm interrupting you.
Why do you always do that, though?
I don't know. I'm bad at pre-planning. So this has to do with bizarre facts about presidents. Don't know why. Fell down that hole today of rabbits and presidents. So number one, Gerald Ford was a model. You guys know that, right? The guy used to fall all the time. Gerald Ford, the president, was a model. His birth name was Leslie Lynch King Jr. Yes, he was a model for Cosmopolitan, appearing in the cover illustration in 1942. That's how he met his wife, through modeling. He was a football player, then a model.
Wow.
Herbert Hoover invented his own sport, Hoover ball. The game was a sort of cross between volleyball, tennis, and dodgeball, except much more terrifying, played with a medicine ball.
Oh.
Theodore Roosevelt didn't think a black eye seemed presidential. He was a noted pugilist. He had to cut back on his boxing once he became president. He also had a lot of pets. He had horses, cats, dogs, guinea pigs, a lizard, badger, a snake named Emily Spinach, and a bear named Jonathan Edwards, among others. Theodore Roosevelt kept a lock of Abe Lincoln's hair. Let's see. Ulysses S. Grant was given a speeding ticket while he was president. He's the only president to be pulled over and fined $20 speeding ticket. I don't know what this means, but I'm going to read it anyways. Bill Clinton is a brony, B-R-O-N-Y. When Bill Clinton appeared on Wait, Don't Tell Me, he aced the 3 questions about My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. So I guess a brony is a guy who's really into My Little Pony.
It's not just really into.
Yeah, no, I get that. I've already realized what I just stepped in. Like, I get what now I'm talking about. And moving on.
Yep.
Bill Clinton's cat had its own video game. That's true. Socks the Cat Rocks the Hill was the actual video game. Richard Nixon proposed to his wife the day they met. That's a lack of judgment. That's a lack of right there. That should have been on the president exam, and that should have kept him out. Let's see. Warren Harding bet White House China on a poker game. Now, I got to be honest. I could not tell you if Warren Harding was actually a president. Don't remember the name. I completely blanked when I read this name. Warren? We had a president named Warren Harding?
Harding, yeah.
It almost sounds made up.
No, Harding.
What number was he?
President Harding.
When was he?
I don't know.
I can't remember the number, but he was.
Well, should we just kind of...
President Harding, my hometown in Ohio.
What did he do, though? What did he ever do? What was he known for? Oh, wait.
Well, whatever you just read, that.
Oh, God. Betting a White House China? I don't know. George H.W. Bush thought about naming Clint Eastwood as his running mate.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Imagine he picks Dan Quayle instead. Think about that for 1 second. How do you go from Clint Eastwood to... Never mind. Martin Van Buren wrote an autobiography without mentioning his wife. I'm just going to let that sit for a second.
That's bad time in that house.
Imagine that one. Lyndon Johnson issued the first Medicare card to Harry Truman. The bowling alley in the White House was a birthday present for President Truman. President Truman would never pardon a turkey. The first turkey pardon was by JFK. You know how they pardon a turkey every year sometimes? Like for some reason they make a big deal out of the president being like, let that turkey live. Have you guys seen this? Yeah.
Yep.
You believe Truman wouldn't do it? He just, no, I'm not pardoning it. And you know what? I'm not for turkeys getting beat up and killed. Like, let's start off with that. I'm not pro, like, let's kill a bunch of turkeys. However, all right, look at this. Look at this. All right, Tim. Warren Gamma. I never read his name before in my life, man, is what I'm trying to say. Was the 29th president of the United States. He served for 2 years. Probably why I don't know him, right?
Yep.
2 years in, out, bing, bang, he's gone. Anyways, you don't pardon a turkey. That's like, oh boy, it's kind of like making fun of people in a weird way. Like, just kill the turkey. Like, don't even, look, matter of fact, don't even go to that location and film. Let's just eat turkey and watch football. Rutherford B. Hayes was the first to host an Easter egg roll back in 1878. Doesn't it seem like that's that old of a tradition? Like, do kids really want to still... Mandy, do the grandkids ever want to roll eggs?
Maybe. They're almost 2, so yeah, they pretty much at that age where they'll roll things, pick things up, you know.
Yeah, but that's just being kids. I'm talking about, would you want to go roll eggs? Like, that almost sounds
No,
like,
I don't want to. I wouldn't personally want to, and I don't see them wanting to, but you never know with kids.
I think it's an old tradition come and gone. Cyn, I got a million of these, but I'll give you 2 more. Before he was president, Grover Cleveland was a hangman. And before he was president, Grover Cleveland was president.
What?
Yeah, he was the number 22 and 24 president of the United States.
Okay.
I'm not going to mention anybody else that could pull that off because then we'll start getting political. No. I don't want to get political. I already did.
Pull the video. Yeah.
I just talked about a bunch of old presidents about odd facts, so it's somewhat political. Cyn, over to you.
The month of November in paranormal history. I'm going to start by saying the Greeks believed the official birthstone of November, the topaz, had the power to turn you invisible.
Topaz invisible.
My birthday is this month. I've had a regular citrine topaz. I've had a smoky quartz topaz. I've had a pink topaz. I have never gotten to be invisible.
Are you
sure? That is unfair. That's unfair.
How do you know?
I've not been.
How do you know?
I've been with myself the entire time.
That's my point. Like, what I'm trying to say is, like, bouts of invisibility, you can't really vouch for those. You could be in the shower. How do you know?
I mean,
how do you know?
I'm looking at myself.
Oh, right? You want to be invisible to yourself too, like completely, like.
I would think if you're invisible, you're going to be invisible, right?
Yeah.
I guess, but you always kind of know where you are, right? That's what I'm just trying to say. I'm giving you a hard time because I don't understand the topaz thing. I thought topaz was a QVC type gem.
I didn't
started.
Know that was like... Yeah, that's the birthstone.
Topaz.
I thought it was citrine.
Citrine. It's the yellow.
Yeah.
Goldy.
Is it the same? Is it the same stone?
Similar. Oh. Yeah.
I don't know what just happened. Mandy, what just happened?
I don't know.
I don't know either. There's 2 stones, and I don't know if they're the same or different. Cyn, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
You should know the answer to this, Mike. You should buy your wife jewelry with citrine because it's your kid's birth month.
I'm with you on that, but you see to like the left of your left, that box is legit paranormal news. It doesn't say talk show. Cyn, would you like to continue with the story?
All right. So November 2nd, 1957, the Levelland UFO case made history. 15 Texans, including the fire chief and the sheriff, saw an extremely bright 100-foot long egg-shaped UFO near the ground. It was hovering on the road in front of their cars, caused mass hysteria. Cars sputtered and quit. Lights were going out. Everything was going wild on the gauges. Some witnesses also reported a bright red object going across the sky at high speed. The Air Force Project Blue Book was sent out to investigate. And they said that due to confusion and or poor education, the witnesses didn't know what they were talking about. However, they didn't interview all of them. 9 were left unquestioned.
Stop. Let's go back on this. 15 people saw this. 5 were policemen. The people that interviewed them, 2 were policemen.
Well,
People that interviewed them basically said they were stupid.
Yeah.
They're like, we're just talking to a bunch of stupid people, and they're probably lying to us.
Yeah.
Right? All right, that's one.
Yeah.
2.
Why didn't they interview the other 9?
Well, because they probably did and got the wrong answer. That's that's what I would do. But let me ask, Sarah. Let me ask you this then: why is it whenever they come down, any kind of spacecraft, any kind of something like that, it always affects what we have for technology? Why?
I would think it has something to do with whatever, like, we don't know, this is technology from outer space, what the materials are. I'm going to guess that they're materials that aren't of Earth that we know about. So they're probably interrupting signals and blocking them and things like that.
Mandy, your thoughts on that?
They have a higher technology than we do. So I don't know. Whenever they come around here, I guess it does maybe set some of our technology off. I don't know.
What, the microwave stop blinking, stuff like that?
There's been, I think I remember something about, there might have been a case where somebody was witnessing something like that. Lights blinking, going out, or something like that happening whenever a spacecraft was seen in the sky.
I would equate it to the fact that they have found metal that that guy was scooping up metal from the ocean that was like from a spacecraft that they can't figure out what it is. I kept using the word iron. It has it's just like iron, but it's not of one they've ever discovered. And the other thing is, whatever they use for propulsion is definitely different than what we use. So they're probably using something that's sending out more of a push off beam type thing. That's my dumb head. Why I think they make things sputter. Cyn?
Next.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. November 12th, 1933. The first known photograph of the Loch Ness Monster.
Aha.
Taken by Hugh Gray. It was after he attended church. He was just walking around Loch Ness, eventually noticed something strange happening in the water. He claims that a massive creature then emerged, prompting him to take pictures, only one of them actually showed something. And the famous photograph shows what appears to be an elongated creature surfacing, possibly splashing, thereby blurring the image, and also has possible flippers. On the right side of the photograph, you might see what looks like a head versus a tail on the left side.
I've never heard someone describe a photograph before. That was fantastic. Like, I could actually see it in my head. Question: is it the black and white one that we're familiar with? Like the most there's that vintage.
No,
photo.
Honestly, I had not seen this particular one.
It sounds different than the picture.
It's not the one where the neck is coming out of the water. It's not that one.
No.
So it's odd. It's an odd look, but supposedly that was Nessie.
We should
ready for the next one?
We should copy and paste that and put that to the page, the website, legitpodcast.com. I'd like to see a photo of that. I think anybody that's watching right now would like to see that photo. So maybe we should remind ourselves to put it up on the site when we're done.
Sounds
Um,
good.
uh,
And
yeah,
while we're reminding, we might as well go ahead and say, please like and subscribe.
it's a good idea. That's something
Right.
that I should do every video. Yeah, you're right. It's a good idea. No.
Probably when
By all
you
means.
start is when
Yeah.
it's a
It's
great
free.
time.
It is
It's
free.
free.
It's
a
a
fact.
free
That's
website.
right.
And we've got great people on here. We got one curmudgeon above me, but other than that, I mean, we got some great people.
You only need one. You only need one. You only need one curmudgeon. That's all you need. Unless you're gonna do like a Muppets thing, and then I gotta have somebody sitting next to me. Go ahead, son.
All right. So next, November 13, 1974 is when the real Amityville horror took place. Ronald DeFeo Jr. savagely murdered his family. So that happened.
I remember that. I remember
November,
that.
yeah.
I was one.
I was
one
I
when
was
it happened.
11.
Yeah, I was one. I was just one, but I heard about it. I remember that was big news.
Next,
That's it.
November 15, 1280. I know, it's a long time ago. So this guy, Saint Albertus Magnus, Albert the Great.
Mm.
He was a Dominican friar, Catholic bishop, and he is only one of only 35 people in history to be designated as a doctor of the Catholic Church. This guy died on the 15th of November, but among the many legends attributed to him is one that he made a homunculus, which is a humanoid creature created by magical alchemical means that could talk and function as his servant. So later they said they were calling it Androidus.
That's a horrible name for a horrible creation. Sounds like the Isle of Dr. Moreau. Is that what it's called? And
Something like that.
why
Yeah.
do we have to say 1280 AD? Like, in other words, you didn't say 1974.
I didn't say AD.
You didn't say AD after the year?
No.
So if I go back on the video, you're both nodding your heads that she didn't say AD after she said the year.
Cross my heart.
1280 AD.
I did not say AD.
Mandy, did you hear her say AD? All right. Well, I'll prove you wrong. I'm not senile. I just don't understand why.
Supposedly, allegedly,
Allegedly.
he also discovered the Philosopher's Stone long before Harry Potter. He is said to also have witnessed the creation of gold via transmutation.
Oh, wow. That's baloney. So first off, no, seriously. First off, I don't know what the whole philosophy stone is. I don't know what it means. I've never read a Harry Potter book. Never seen a movie. I just feel like it got past me, and I'm like, I'm not catching up. But you don't find something that can turn stuff into gold, and that's the end of the story. Like, that's like every bad R-rated movie late at night. Like, you can start turning stuff into gold. Oh my God, forget it. I'm turning everything into gold. I'm just walking. I'm Midas. Sorry,
Right.
I'm all wrap up in here.
Also, it is said that he discovered an immortality granting elixir of life, or the fountain of youth. Now, his pupil was Thomas Aquinas, St. Thomas Aquinas. And after Albert passed, the talking thing that he made got on his nerves so much that he smashed it. He couldn't put up with it.
Yeah, I believe that they're great movies. Like, again, I can't play catch up. It's too late. It's passed me by. They've already made the Burger King cups.
I haven't watched none of them either. I don't know why. I love those type of movies, but I never did get to watch Harry Potter.
You missed them
I
all?
watched the first one or two.
One or two? Sarah? All of them?
I've seen them like a million times with my kids. So yeah, I mean, I go to Harry Potter World and Universal and I cry on the rides. It's a very emotional thing. Harry Potter. It's very good.
Here's what I know about the Harry Potter ride, if you want to know the truth. I went there. It was 4 of us, me, the wife, the son, the daughter. So, we
Yep,
fit
there's
out
4 of you. Yep.
the perfect 4. But, the ladies decided they're going to go on the Harry Potter ride. They claim that the line is very short. And me and the son have to sit there at that snow cone bar and wait. 2 hours and 15 minutes we waited.
That's like the rides here in Ohio. See,
Dude,
That's nothing.
by the time they got off the ride, the 2 of them, we were like, me and that kid did like 3 or 4 rides of our own. I'm having all these snow cones. We bump into this wrestler Baron Corbin, who's like a famous WWE guy. We had a blast, but we got perfectly back to the spot for some reason, right at like the 2-hour mark, and they came out like 15 minutes later. We played it up like we sat there the whole time. I had such a great time with that. We're like, we were here the whole time.
No kidding.
Even the kid played along with it, just enough. And then he finally admitted it. He squealed on me. All right, I'm sorry. Back to you. I was talking about
No
Disney.
worries. No worries.
How'd I get on
This
Disney?
guy, Albert the Great, is who Mary Shelley
Frankenstein.
used as her influence for Victor Frankenstein.
Uh-huh. That's good. That's cool.
I thought that was pretty interesting.
All
right.
Wait a minute. So he figured out how to turn stuff to gold. He figured out how to make a humanoid, and then he figured out immortality, and then he died. Right?
Yeah.
Is that a recap?
Pretty much, yeah.
And they call him the Great. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He died poor. He made gold. You know what I mean? Immortality. He died poor and all this stuff. Yeah. All right. Good job, guys.
But he lives on. He
fixing
lives
my-
on in Frankenstein. See, he's
Okay.
immortal because of Frankenstein now.
Is he really though? Because I know Frankenstein. I don't know that guy. So is he really living on? I don't
That's
think
who
so.
she modeled him after.
I know, but just because
Just-
she did that doesn't mean I remember the guy's name. I don't look at
Go with
Frankenstein and
it.
go, "Oh, look at the
You don't
Great."
have
That's
to.
Victor the Great guy. What? Huh? Go ahead, Cyn.
Now you will.
No, I won't. I'll totally forget it after this is done. I'll be like Frankenstein.
November 16, 1974, humans attempt to communicate with aliens. They sent a message just under 3 minutes long. It was sent from Arecibo radio telescope in Puerto Rico, FM frequency. It was arranged to target stars 25,000 light years away. So that means if it took 25,000 light years to get there, the response back would have been 50,000 light years. So who's going to be around?
I don't even know what we're talking about. What do you mean light years? What is that? Is that years? How many
It's
years in a light year?
Light years.
Okay, but all right, but I'm trying to do the math of it, trying to figure it out
Okay,
myself.
just go to the stars, Mark. Just go to the stars.
I'm not gonna, Mandy?
hell, I don't know. I don't know.
How many years in a light year?
You got me.
Is light year like a measurement, like meters and stuff like that? And then that's that why I don't get it, because I never wanted to switch over. Remember they tried to do that to us? No more feet and inches. We're doing meters, and kids were like, "Nope." Like across the whole country, we all went, "Nope." We didn't do it. No, but seriously, how long is a light year? Anybody know? Like seriously, because like, how long does that
A
take?
lot.
A long
Yeah.
time. Because
It's a lot.
isn't it measured from the star? The light that reaches you is the light year, but the star that you see the light of is already dead. It's gone.
You would not be good at giving directions. I don't.
I'll always say down here is take a ride at that big oak tree and look for the red house. Little, it's got a little red sign next to it, and there's a gnome out in the yard with the Steelers banner. It's all good. Everybody knows how to get around here.
Either Sarah has something, or she's starting a party slowly.
For most space objects, a light year is the distance light travels in 1 Earth year. 1 light year is about 6 trillion miles.
Ooh.
So,
Hmm.
mhm, It doesn't say how many years. It's far, but it's actually distance, not, time. So
You just added more numbers to that. you just like for a bunch of people that right now are going like this, like with the math that I just threw out, you just threw like multiplication and they're not even ready for like addition, subtraction. Like right now,
You're
people are going, what are all
welcome.
these numbers?
You're welcome.
Mandy, right now,
welcome.
where are we number wise? Do you even have a clue of what? Like, really, I don't. Where are we right now with numbers? I don't know.
Again, hell, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Yeah, I don't know where we're at. I don't know. I still don't know how long it's going to take for them to hear the message, or when we'll get it back. Like, if you would have said it's probably going to take till like 2,425, then I'm like, oh, it's a long.
I will
Listen,
time.
it's as far it's why you have light speed, and when you go into light speed, they go really fast, and you're like in Star Wars. That's all you really need to know.
Oh wow! Do that again. Do the really fast.
It's like poof.
You know what I'm talking about? Like when you're
It's almost
driving
like-
really fast in the snow.
It's like jazz hands, but kind of like pointed more towards people. Like,
Jazz hands are.
Yeah, but she was.
All right, let's stop this before we get ourselves
All
in
right,
trouble.
all
With
right,
jazz
just-
hands.
Yeah. We're
Cyn?
not going to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
through
yeah.
November.
Two more. November 23, 1953. UFO captures a USAF F-89C interceptor fighter jet. It was called the Kinross incident over Lake Superior. The jet, the pilot, and a radar operator on board were never seen or heard from again. Ground radar was watching this, was watching the blip, had said there's an unidentified object, verify what it is, and they came together in the sky and then continued until they were out of radar range, and nothing was ever found. Many, many years later, they found some wreckage on the Canadian side of Lake Superior, but Canadians hid it and said they had nothing to do with it. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. But the pilot and the crew and the jet were never seen after that again. They don't know what exactly happened.
So either they're Transformers, they're real jets that had a crash in Canada,
Or the Canadians are more secretive than we think they are.
what's that all about?
You're sorry.
I just watched Strange Brew like 3 days ago. If you guys remember that movie, it is like the original like Bill and Ted, you name it, duo movie, and it's so like I don't know. Is it funny? It's funny to me, but other people that watch it, it's just those two guys from SCTV. Rick Moranis is one of them. The guy from Honey, I'm Sorry, I Shrunk the Kids, and then like part 2 was like Honey, We Got Shrunk. I don't know, something like that.
He's the one that fell in love with Gozer too.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Using Ghostbusters. Yep. They because the Murrays did Canada. A lot of guys came from Canada. Aykroyd came from Canada. Bill Murray. I'll stop. Go ahead, Cyn.
One more. November 26, 1977. British television was hijacked for 6 minutes. It happened from 5:10 p.m. to 5:16, and it was just the audio. So this weird voice came over. It was kind of a buzzing voice, and it said it was Ashtar Galactic Command. He claimed to be Vrillon, Vrillon. Others said Gillen or Asteron. But the buzzing voice told viewers they only had a short time to learn to live together in peace, and that all your weapons of evil must be removed. British authorities said it was a hoax by someone with a radio transmitter, but no one was ever turned up.
So that was definitely a hoax by somebody with a radio transmitter. Because one, we've all seen the Max Headroom video where the guy broke onto TV, actually, which is harder. And two, the name Astron was used. That's a bunch of
That
hackers.
wasn't. Yeah,
That's
he
a bunch of
didn't call
hackers.
himself that. He called himself Vrillon. Vrillin from the Ashtar Galactic Command.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like it's somebody down in their basement just going, Vrillin, I'm chilling, like from the thing, bang, 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 Astron. What? Like, no, don't buy into it. Sorry,
Great.
that one's
It's a
bull.
good song.
I think that one's bull. So
That's
now
all I
the
got.
Okay, Mandy, over to you.
Okay, I have two interesting haunted locations I'm going to talk about.
Okay.
And let's see. One is the Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia. This is a castle-like prison. It was a solitary confinement. It took it to a whole new level. It was built in 1829. Prisoners lived alone, exercised alone, they ate alone, and when the inmate left his cell, a guard would cover his head with a hood so he couldn't see or be seen. The prison, I know, right? The prison had to abandon its solitary system due to the overcrowding in 1913. Although the forms of punishment did not get any less severe, chaining an inmate's tongue to his wrist is one example.
What?
Before it closed for good in 1970.
Wait a minute.
Lots of paranormal reported there.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Built in 1829, 1913, they changed the rules. I don't want to be in that jail in 1913 when all of a sudden all these guys that have had bags on their heads and been in solitary confinement this whole time get to hang out with each other. Like, holy cow, that must not have been good. Not been good at all. I would not want to be there then. On top of that, how do you chain a tongue to
I know,
anything?
right? I don't know. That would be one hell of a form of
Clamps, but is that chains? Is that considered chained with a clamp? Doesn't it
Well,
have to
clamp with a chain. Yeah.
I would figure the chain would have. See, I'm envisioning the chain going through the tongue. I guess I'm going
Ooh.
for the whole.
Either way,
Lock it
ow.
down.
They're both bad. Yeah.
You want to make sure it doesn't move. And then the other thing was closed in 1970, Mandy.
Yes.
So it was only open for 57 years. There's more math for you guys. Once they changed the rules. So it took 57 years for it to fall apart. Right?
Mhm.
And Easton Penn's going to be like what? People from Philadelphia? Oh no. Like, oh my God, you get a bunch of Philadelphians alone in solitary confinement, even for more than like a month. You let them out. Oh, geez. Run. Continue. I'm sorry.
No, there's just been since it's closed down, there's been lots of reports of paranormal happening, including shadow figures, disembodied voices, hearing laughing, all kinds of crazy reports on that.
Why do I guess it's not a happy laugh? Anyone else with that opinion that it's not like it's like really like not a happy laugh? No, because the place doesn't sound good at all. Like,
Yeah.
Cyn, how long would you last in solitary confinement?
I would rather be in solitary confinement than in the general pop.
You're not tough, Cyn. You're not gonna go out there and just first day break a couple noses, put people on notice. Okay, Sarah, how long would you survive in solitary confinement?
Not long. Maybe a few days, and I'd start to go batty.
Mandy?
I would probably give it one day, and then they'd have to ad seg me for sure.
Uh-oh, you're using technical
have to what,
work
Cindy?
terms.
Okay, so ad seg is when an inmate will come in if they have issues, they can't be in general population, they can't handle it due to why they're locked up. So they got to share their time with the general population. So they get to come out like maybe 4 hours a day, 6 hours. It's just all divided up, so it rotates.
So they have less time where they can get attacked.
Yeah. And they get TV, they get to go outside and stuff like that. But they're doing it all alone.
I think I probably could do solitary for a while, and I could probably do the population one for a while. But don't they keep the young 18-year-olds away from like the old 50-year-olds? Don't they kind of separate it by age somewhat? because I couldn't imagine being around an 18-year-old. I'd end up back in, well, I'd already be in jail. I wouldn't be able to handle it.
Not where I worked.
They mixed them?
Well, depending on why they were, what their crime was.
That's where it would be rough, because they're maniacs. Like a 20-year-old, you end up in there with a bunch of 20-year-olds. First of all, how long did you listen to them talk? Second of all, like, you got to deal with the fact that they might be maniacs. Now, this place would definitely be someplace that would get a lot of like residuals and just bad vibe built into it from everything bad that happened. Did they tear it down, or did they just close this?
It's just closed down, but they do haunted tours, and I believe you can book it for private investigations.
So is that how they make money, you think, the place? That's how they stay open?
Probably to keep it going, keep the place standing. Yeah, I think so.
All right, so then let me ask this then. Those are not happy, positive spirits that would be there. Can we all agree on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why keep it open, and why bring people through it? That's just me on this side of the fence wondering. Like, why keep it open? Why drag people through what you know to be of negative energy? Or is it just not that big a deal? Mandy.
Well, I'm a paranormal investigator, so to me, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but to me, it would be interesting. I'd like to go there and check it out, because I'd like.
I mean, no big deal. You're not worried about something bad happening to you.
Well, I would be, but I would want to know, why? Why are they still there? Why aren't they moving on?
Mandy.
Yes.
You went downstairs with a gnome.
Oh.
You're going to go to solitary and find out whatever the hell you're going to find out. You're going to do it. We know you.
Yeah.
I do want to go check out that location, though. It does look interesting.
All right, but a couple of people in this room are more adrenaline junkies than others. No, I'm not naming names. Pretty much everybody but me. You guys go to these places because you want that adrenaline rush, but you go, like, here's my thing on investigators really quick. You go there to figure out kind of what happened. Like, do you think that, like, when you get there, all of a sudden somebody's going to step forward and tell you the real truth? Like, in other words, like, they've been hiding from all these other people. They'd be like, there's Mandy. I mean, it could happen to you. You're one of those people. It could happen to you. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, is that what, like, are you trying to find out something new, or are you just trying to get the experience of the place?
Both. I'm going to say both. And, spirits choose who they want to talk to. It doesn't, we can sit and ask questions all we want. They're going to choose if they want to talk. They don't talk on our time. They talk on their own time.
Yeah. If a spirit is there, there's. Oh wait. If a spirit is still there. All right. So Pam, I think you miswrote this, or I'm reading this wrong, because I'm trying to give it a read, and I think I miss a comma. If a spirit is still there, it doesn't necessarily mean that they have not crossed over, does it? There's a lot of double negatives right there. I don't know what that. This is like math. Doesn't and not in the same sentence. If a spirit is still there, it doesn't necessarily mean they have not crossed over, does it?
Right.
Well,
no, it doesn't mean they haven't crossed over, because isn't there just that
it can be residual. Yeah,
right.
It can just be residual.
But I think what she's saying is that spirits can cross over, and it doesn't mean that they can't come back into this plane. I don't know if you've crossed over, why the heck you would want to go back to that place. But, I have my own issues with places that are investigated all the time like that. So I just think a lot of what we get from those places can just be the fact that it's investigated so much, and the thoughts and energies of all the people, living people that have been there investigating.
Pam, stay out of this.
I know you can, but you seem like a very intelligent woman.
So Mandy, let me ask you this then. You go through a place, how much of the paranormal investigators in their vibe did they change the place?
Well, I think it can happen. They could be bringing in other spirits to the location, depending on what they're doing, how they're trying to make communication, how they're trying to contact. I mean, yeah, it can. You could be going to a place that doesn't have a history of violence, and depending on how the person is investigating might they might draw on something else, you know, because you don't know. A lot of these places don't have cameras set up. They don't know what these people are bringing in. You know, they could be bringing in Ouija boards. They could be bringing in doing all kinds of crazy things when no one's looking.
We need to make paranormal masks that block all that stuff out, so you can go places and not get like your germs into a place. You can still enjoy it. Like maybe like Sarah, make like those old UFO like gold the glass domes, you know, on the Jetsons.
Like a boy in the bubble type.
Yeah, no, but it's
situation.
the head is the scuba head.
Just your head.
Yeah, with the antennas, that'd be awesome. Mandy, next place.
Okay, the next one is Myrtle's Plantation in Louisiana. Built in 1796 by General David Bradford, Myrtle Plantation is considered to be one of America's most haunted sites. The house is rumored to be on top of an Indian burial ground and is home to at least 12 different spirits. Legends and ghost stories abound, including the tale of a former slave named Chloe, who had her ear chopped off after she was eavesdropping. She got revenge by poisoning a birthday cake and killing 2 of the plantation's owner's daughters, but then she was hung by her fellow slaves. Chloe now is reportedly wanders around the plantation wearing a turban to conceal her severed ear.
You know what? That's the first ghost story I've heard in a long time where I'm like, go, Chloe, go. Because I'd be pissed off too. Because basically what happened was they're so literal back in those days that you're eavesdropping, or eavesdropping, as people say, and they take off your ear. If you were probably staring too much, they go for the eyes. Literal.
Stealing, they cut the hand.
Yeah, exactly. And then she got betrayed because of the whole fear, probably motive that the other slaves had. They must have been like, you know, we're not getting in trouble for this, and took care of justice on their own. That's pretty much why they did it. It was mob mentality. You control the mob, you control everything. So she get ratted out. I would haunt that place for a long time, and I'd serve cake. I'd have cake appear every now and then, all different places. You can continue, man.
That's what I have. There's 2.
Now, out of the 2, which would be the scariest one for you to visit, Cyn? The prison? Go down to where was it?
Probably, because probably the prison would be the scariest, because I really want to go to Myrtle's.
Really?
Yeah, I really want to go.
I'd be more scared to go to Myrtle's than
Really.
Oh yeah.
Just because of the area?
Yeah. Just something about being there would be just like I don't know. It's different. It's a different type of like torture that went there as opposed to in the prison. Like, because in the prison, how many are really innocent? You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest. Like, you know, they all say they are, but and so that's not as to me. That's not as it's that's more eye for an eye. I'm a little hypocritical, but like, so the jail, you know, it wouldn't be as bad. I think it'd be more fun. It sounds like a lot of people go through the jail, so it's got to be like decently kept up, right? So you can visit it. I don't know, Mandy. Have you been to the basement?
No.
Oh, I got to check wherever we go now from now on. Have you been in the basement? Because apparently, Sarah, I don't know.
Investigate almost every place I go to that has a basement. I always go.
We don't have basements here.
No, I was going to say that Mandy has this affinity for some reason going by herself into the basement.
I don't blame her.
No, I know, but I don't really believe it. I mean, I believe her, but I don't believe it. Like, I mean, in other words, I could never think of doing that. Like, I'm not going to go down in the basement right away. She's another one like yourself that put yourselves like right on the road, in the middle of the road, right? And I'm like, I'm in the breakdown lane. I'm trying to stay so far over to the right. Does that make any sense, Cyn?
Yes. You're a chicken.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So that's Sarah, you're up.
All right. I'm going to start us off with a quote by Aristotle. Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting 2 bodies. Thanks to the internet and social media, more and more people are becoming aware of the twin flame theory. But where did it originate? In these days of New Age spiritualism, a set of religious practices and beliefs, a form of Western esotericism, which emerged in the early 1970s, we may be forgiven for thinking the twin flame theory is something new, but nothing could be further from the truth. The twin flame, maybe another name in ancient religions, is mentioned in the Bible, in Greek and Hindu mythology, but most of all in ancient Greek philosophy, specifically in one of Plato's well-known works, Symposium. And it was most likely the saddest love story of Greek mythology. Plato's Symposium is a collection of speeches given by the cream of the crop of Athenian philosophers. The guests include father of Western philosophy, Socrates, and prominent Athenian statesman. Oh no, that's a big Greek name.
Give it a shot.
Alcibiades. We're
One
going
more
to say
time.
that.
One more time.
Nope, I'm good. Thanks.
Alcibiades.
Alcibiades. Yep, yep.
Alcibiades?
No. No, I don't know who that was. Yeah, Alcibiades. We're going to go with that.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to go for that. So what is
Hey,
a
by the
twin
way, can I
flame?
say one thing really quick, though?
Yes.
What a horrible, horrible thing to write. Like, two flames, like, this is very lifetimey. Like, it's
This is going to get so much worse. You should
getting
just
sad.
hold that thought.
All
It's
right,
going to
very
get worse.
sappy. Okay, continue then. It's very sappy.
It's getting worse. It's getting worse. According to Greek mythology, humans were originally created with 4 arms, 4 legs, and a head with 2 faces. Fearing their power, Zeus split them into 2 separate parts, condemning them to spend their lives in search of their other halves.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Twin flames are said to be one soul split into 2. Soulmates are 2 distinctly separate souls which have an incredible connection. Whereas soulmates are perfectly suited to each other, a partner for life or close friend who lead harmonious relationships, twin flames have mirror image relationships which may reflect each other's bad habits and imbalances. When they are apart, they become dysfunctional, even to the point of losing all self-worth. So now we're going to talk about how a cult formed and took advantage of people looking. What?
1 second, though. So, apparently, from when you're born, you're going to be searching for your soulmate. And if you don't find that person, because hey, what if he or she is born on the other side of the country? If you don't find this person, you're going to be depressed and messed up all your life, and you don't even know it. And it's just because you haven't traveled far enough to find your soulmate. This is very romantic and very ridiculous.
But it's a big part of New Age spiritualism. It's crossing over into the paranormal field, and you're wrong. That's not. I'm trying to get the definition straight. You can have many soulmates, which are a separate person. The twin flame is supposed to be your literal other half. So when Zeus split the humans, divided them forever, condemning them to be searching for their other half of themselves.
That doesn't put any pressure on anybody at all, by the way.
Well, not everyone has. Okay, well, we can go down the whole rabbit hole of twin flames because there's like a ton of junk out there, but not everyone has one, apparently.
Why is it that Sarah's acting like she wrote this story herself, like she is the creator of the twin flames? Like you're defending the twin flames, like it's like
no, I'm not.
You sponsoring the twin flames?
I'm not sponsoring them. I was correcting your inaccurate definition of the word soulmate. That's all.
I don't think so far I've been inaccurate.
Okay, that's great.
Continue.
All right.
You were saying something about twin flames. Oh, I'm sorry. And Aristotle.
I'm going to talk Okay, well, Dad, I just wanted to give the definition and the background. It's been around for a long time. It's starting to have this reemergence because of TikTok and all that sort of stuff.
Getting animated.
And what?
Nothing.
You're making me lose my spot. You didn't do this to Cyn and Mandy.
Oh, he didn't? He lives for it.
Yeah, it's kind of the thing. So I'm sorry. I don't. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been inaccurate so far. Go ahead. Continue. What it was? Go ahead. Speak. Talk. Go ahead.
Twin
All yours.
flame. Are you done?
I stopped.
He's not
Are
going
you
to be.
done?
I
Are you
stopped.
done?
I stopped.
Michael?
Go ahead. I already stopped.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Twin flames are seemingly everywhere. And if we've learned anything from general human history, it's that when something from the world of spirituality catches on, there's someone always around to turn a profit. While they disagree on specifics, everyone I speak to agrees twin flame relationships aren't easy. There are breathtaking highs and deadening lows because your twin flame apparently is the other half of your soul. I'm going to skip some of this.
Why are you
Well,
starting to
there's-
feel like it's sappy?
No, it's too long and I'm looking at the time. So that's all. So a cult develops founded by Jeff and Shalea, and people can pay for exclusive content such as their Dreams Coming True e-course,
Oh.
$699.
That's all?
Their Life Purpose class, which is $2,699. And then to find your twin flame, you can enter Twin Flame Ascension School, $3,333 to find your twin flame.
And this is guaranteed, I'm sure.
Yeah, it is. They actually do guarantee it. So I did. I'm like reading a Vice article, but I also binge watched the entire documentary today because I was just like couldn't stop because it's insane.
So before signing up, I think each woman and man, right, should have like that line of people from Airplane. Just give them one quick slap. Everybody give them a pop.
See?
Until they just go, yeah, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be paying $3,000 to help find this guy's going to help me. I'm going to send to where I can. Like, your own. Would you want to find the other version of you?
It's not another version of you. It's you.
Just the opposite, isn't it?
It's just very egotistical for me to think I have another half out there. That's my half. Yeah. Like that's me. Oh, that's
all right. I'll speak from the documentary because this is a very long article. So the idea is then when twin flames are split and they preach that there is a divine masculine and a divine feminine. Those two parts are separated. So you're looking for your either divine masculine or divine feminine. But this group, which was called Twin Flame Universe, it started as a Facebook group, ended up huge. They claimed that they were the only two people who knew who your other twin flame was.
A guy named Jeff. A guy named Jeff.
Because they guaranteed if you paid them this $3,000 and bought all the other things that you would find your twin flame, they started to match people in the groups. Now, however, what would you think? Do you think these groups are mostly women or mostly men? Women. This is a mostly female group of people.
No offense, guys. I'm sitting here going, what guy? How bad is it? Like, how many Cheeto bags have you been through in a night where you're going, oh, I'll just sign up for this? Like, because at what level does a guy sign up for this? It sounds like they're playing to women on this. It seems like they're going after you guys on purpose. You gals.
They did. And the problem is the men that did join, he had a lot of mental health issues. There were a lot of issues of domestic violence. Just hold it. But then what they also started to do is because they realized they had to match people, they actually started matching women together and saying, oh, no, hold on. You are a divine masculine in a female's body. And your twin flame is actually this other woman. And these are people that are not gay.
But wait, there's more. Right? They just sucking them in. Yeah. They're like, you know what? We ran out of men, but don't you worry. That's not who you were matched up with, by the way. You're matched up with this thing that Dr. Frankenstein made. This little, what's it called? Azron.
The other thing that they did is they would say, so a lot of women joined thinking they already found their twin flame and they just didn't know how to get him to. So in a twin flame relationship, apparently there's this runner chaser dynamic. Like there's always someone that runs and then there's always someone that chases. Typically the man is the runner and the woman is the chaser. So all these women
Wile E. Coyote, and you guys are the road runners, right?
Yeah.
That kind of chasing, that stupidity.
Yeah.
Acme stuff.
All
on my
these
head.
women join going, I found my twin flame, but he doesn't think he's my twin flame because he's like, you're crazy. And
Oh no!
Probably.
Really? So that wait a minute. So are the women to believe that the men that don't believe them or accept them right away are the ones?
yes,
Oh, that's the
because they're
ultimate
just
scam.
runners. So you can watch the videos of the things they're telling people. They're telling these people to do whatever they can to put yourself in front of this man. Show up. They're literally on there. Show up at his house.
Jeff.
They're stalkers.
They
They
turn them
become
into stalkers, and people got arrested
Oh
Jeff.
my.
because they're telling these women, listen, sell all your things, move to his state, all sorts of stuff. I mean, but it's a sad story because they made a lot of money. They became very, very wealthy off of this. I think they're
Take
still
your
doing
pride. Take your pride, ladies. Throw it in the garbage. Now, listen to Jeff. Travel and go find this guy and just keep telling him the whole time, no, it's meant to be, you're a runner. Yeah, that's gonna be a good pickup line, Cyn.
Did this Jeff guy? I can't remember if you said it already. Did he have his twin flame already?
Yeah,
it. Yeah, they're married couple. They run it,
Okay.
Jeff and Shia Ayan. So they're in perfect twin flame, and they call it harmonious union. And that's how they know who everyone else's twin flame is.
Got it.
It promises perfect love, like mind-blowing sex, all sorts of wonderful things. You start to manifest everything in your life if you find your twin flame.
This is like a mental pyramid scheme.
It is because they roped people into work for them for free, and they called them coaches.
Oh, wow.
And so now you have people coaching other people to bring new members in, but they're giving most of the money to Jeff and Shayla.
Oh, of course. Jeff gets all the money. This is his idea. If it wasn't for
Jeff
Jeff,
bought a Porsche.
none of this would be possible.
Yeah. Because that's what you need when you're in the spiritual realm. You need a Porsche. But it's sad because one woman did, in fact, commit suicide. It's a high control group. They use the whole tactic of if your twin flame doesn't realize they're your twin flame, if they don't want to be with you, that's because you're doing something wrong. Because you're their twin flame, so everything they're doing, you are responsible for. Because that's you.
Wow.
So one woman did commit suicide. It's horrible.
This cost a lot of therapy visits as well.
That is horseshit. Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Where's the documentary on right now? Netflix.
It's called Escaping Twin Flames.
Escaping Twin Flames. I'm gonna write that down to make sure I don't watch it.
It's actually a very good document. I mean, it was just like any other cult. There's people that are alienated from their families. It's very sad.
This one's even a little more sadder because it's really preying on that idea that you gotta go find a man. Right? You get honestly, it doesn't seem like it's aimed at guys. This does not seem like a scheme or a scam that guys late at night watching TBS would be like, oh, I'm gonna call in for that.
Well,
it's not aimed for us.
Most of them are the runners. So
they're the runners. Yeah, it explains it. And the thing is they didn't invent this. This whole runner chaser dynamic, this whole twin flame theory has been around forever. It's not new. They're just capitalizing on it.
Who signs up as a runner? Who wants to sign up for that? Oh, let me sign up to be harassed by several women who camp outside my house thinking that I might be the one. Like, boy, are they wrong. Let me just sign up for that. Like,
yeah,
this is aimed at women. It is.
Well, yes, it is. It's aimed at women who obviously, I feel like, having watched a documentary, a lot of them have been through a lot of trauma. There are a lot of transgender women, which, and it puts so much pressure on the woman too, that if she won't, her life is going to basically be ruined if she does not go into harmonious union with her twin flame.
Your life is a failure if you don't find someone else.
Right.
That's one of the worst things you could tell a girl. Like, the last thing I would ever tell my daughter is, oh, yeah, you definitely need somebody else. Like, why? What where does the pride go when someone tells you that you're really not something unless you find someone else? Like,
But
I
it's
get the whole love thing, but it's a bit much.
Yeah, it's also feeding into that need that people have to be special because not everyone has a twin flame. So if they tell you you have a twin flame, your twin flame is out there, you're now special and you have this perfect harmonious union waiting somewhere for you that will solve all of your problems and you will manifest, I don't know, great wealth and all this other stuff. So,
what's the oldest person that joined that cult? Because I'm thinking once you hit 40, you're probably going, no.
There were some women in their 40s. There definitely were. There was actually a lesbian couple. They both left their husbands to be together because they were told they were twin flames. The problem with that story was that they actually coerced one of the women to change her gender identity into male because you have to have a divine feminine and you have to have a divine masculine. So two women together, one of them has to actually be the masculine. And they coerced her they made her change her name to a male name, which it just caused.
Jeff did all this.
Jeff and Shayla, his wife, is very much behind it. This whole thing was her idea. He was kind of just always that guy where when you look at his history, when he went to college, was always like looking for the easy scam, the next thing.
No, I know she's probably the brains of this because if
she
he had
came
any
up
brains,
with this whole.
he would have went by Jeffrey, right? Jeffrey at least sounds a little more intelligent. A Jeffrey I'd listen to, I guess. I probably wouldn't, but a Jeff, it's like a Mike. Like Mike created that. Oh yeah, really? I'm not signing up for that. Like it's just one of those things. Like use your real name, a full name. Of course, she's the brains of this. She knows exactly what buttons to hit, and she's doing it very well. So Mandy, how do you feel about the twin flames theory?
I mean, I've heard of the twins flame thing, but I don't like how they were running it. That's like a cult thing. And then people, go their whole life looking for their twin flame and don't find them. And then people, committed suicide and just going crazy looking for that person. What if they think they run into more than one,
And they can't figure out which is which?
Yeah.
Cyn, thoughts on the twin flames?
I think it's bullshit.
Very well said. Any other thoughts?
There is someone that claims that, where did I see this at? I can't remember where, but there's someone who's claiming that they can even draw your twin flames picture. Have you guys seen anything about that?
I've heard many things like that. I think I've heard about that one too. And it's just crazy.
Do they do it like a caricature where like they make it fun? The head big and the little body on a bicycle? Or is it really like, do they draw?
They claim you can draw your soulmate, your twin flames picture.
It's like a police sketch.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to do that just to see what they draw.
Wow. No.
No.
Then I can show it to my husband and be like, honey, I mean,
yeah, like that's
like what they draw.
That's another ridiculous thing. Draw my soulmate. Draw my twin flame.
Yeah, but Sarah, if you do it, then you're going to start getting bombarded with all of these men because you are going to be the runner.
Uh-oh, she's running.
No.
See? So don't do it.
I get a feeling if I sent my face, they would just make a woman look just like me without a beard and be like, there it is. You know what I mean? Because like, what else do they get to go on? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? That's such bullshit. Like, you're going to right up there with sending your DNA out to see.
Do one of those filters. Just do one of
those. Make Mike a woman. That was okay. I just have to interject real quick because I missed it, the Simpsons Halloween special from this year, and there was some radioactive mist that turned everyone into Homer, including Marge. He goes up to her. It's Homer with like some blue hair in the back.
Was that a news break? Were you just breaking news about the Simpsons that you're watching that's on repeat? Cyn, how would you like to wrap up?
I have author book signing at the Book Inn in Fayetteville, Tennessee, Lincoln County, Friday, 5 to 7. Central Standard Time, please come see me. I've got all 5 books there, and they're on Amazon as well.
Okay. Mandy, what do you to wrap it up?
If you want to go watch some live paranormal investigations, you can go follow us ladies, Ghost Sisters, on all social media. We go live on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. And if you want to book a personal reading, you can book a reading with me on Intuitive Medium Mandy on Facebook.
Perfect. Sarah?
Can Mandy find my twin flame? Can you do that, Mandy? No. Okay.
Now I'll do it like they be doing it. Sure.
As we mentioned in the beginning, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Legit Podcast DOT, spell it out. It helps keep it all free. We've got amazing hosts like Cyn, Mandy, Dave, myself, Rini, who's on next, right? We're making her late. So
Maybe jumping over that.
like and subscribe, please.
Let's see. I want to go over if you're in the Rhode Island area, November 12th. It's from 12 to 5. It is the Festival of Trees. $20 admission for the adults gets them 25 raffle tickets. There's actually 40 Christmas trees of 4 feet high that will have gift cards that are going to be raffled off. All the proceeds go to the Providence Animal Shelter for the kids. That will be Santa. There will be face painting. For guys like me, there's cocoa and sugar things to eat to get that sugar rush. But that is something that I would like to see people. If you have any questions about it, if you're in the area, you want to attend, I'll post it on my page on the site. And if you want to donate money to buy tickets for the raffle, because what we're going to do is if we win any of the trees, we're going to just bring them over to the next month's charity thing, and that's going to be adopt a family. So we'll be able to give those trees to the family that don't have enough for Christmas. With that said, this was Legit Paranormal News. Stay tuned for Into the Legit Darkness with Rini Rodriguez. For Cyn Shrader Hill, author. For the Machine Mandy. For Sarah Paranormal. It is me. Mike W. King, Mike Elders was Legit Paranormal News, brought to you by LegitPodcast.com. Thank you. We will see you tonight, right now, for Rini's show, then tomorrow night for Eclipse and 101. Right? 101?
101.